Hello everyone, and welcome back at today's analysis. As now for the 59th episode, I'm going to analyze the Iron Giant, the titular character of the 1999 film with the same name. By far one of the most iconic animated heroes ever created, the Iron Giant is nothing more but a perfect example of an extraterrestrial AI who is not here to destroy us, but simply just got lost and wanders on our planet out of curiosity. And in this episode, I'm going to analyze all the information given about him throughout the film to understand the Iron Giant and his journey from a weapon of war to the hero that he has ultimately become. Now, without further ado, let's dive in. The entity all came to know as the Iron Giant was created as a weapon by an unknown extraterrestrial race, alongside many other Iron Giants. They were used in order to conquer and destroy entire planets and civilization. Eventually, somehow this Iron Giant somehow gained some sort of self-awareness and managed to break away and defect from the evil species that made him. And he wandered through space until he crash landed on Earth in the United States in 1957, specifically in Rockwell, Maine, to be more exactly. And there, it ultimately came in contact for the first time with life on Earth, and with a young human boy, Howard Hughes, who ultimately taught the Iron Giant about life on the planet, as well as the concepts such as morality and mortality. However, even now problems have arisen, as an FBI agent known as Ken Mansley ultimately became convinced that the giant exists, and tried his best to convince Hogwarts in order to admit it. When that failed, well, he called all the US military upon the place in order to find the giant and potentially to destroy him, as even Ken Mansley considers the giant as a threat to the whole humanity, and to a certain degree he isn't entirely wrong. However, the giant isn't here for bad reasons, but simply because he's a simple wanderer who got lost and stranded in our world. Meanwhile, Howard managed to make friends with the owner of the trash pit, as well as a fellow artist, who will eventually become his stepfather in order to hide the giant. There. While Mansley managed to bring the military in, Hagor managed to temporarily convince them that the giant doesn't exist. And eventually, as the time went on, it became clear by many that the giant might not be entirely as harmless as it seems. Given the fact that it simply when he saw the water gun, it began to attack Howard out of self-defense, and while they initially rejected him at first out of fear, they soon come to regret it after they realized that the giant only wants to defend itself, and even has managed to save the lives of two boys who were falling off in the town. Despite the fact that not doing so, it revealed its existence to them, and the military starting to attacking him. And in the attack, the Hagor has been seemingly killed, and the Iron Giant finally snapped and proceed to activate defense mode in order to attack and kill anybody around it. And now, before I go any further, we all should stop and ask ourselves, is the Iron Giant good? And the reason why I'm asking this is while it's undeniable that he was nothing more but a weapon of war, and he still even became during the film. And since it should be noted here that the Iron Giant genuinely does not want to be a weapon, as he wants just to be itself, to have its own free will and conscience. Not to mention that even after it recovered all its memories from its previous life, the Iron Giant managed to spare Hogwarts and chose to become a good entity who wants just to help and save others, finally proving the Iron Giant is its own entity with its own free will and moral agency, and while it have committed crimes in the past, it is so under the programming of its evil creators. Not to mention that it is proven in the end it is willing to sacrifice itself to save Hogwarts and the town, finally proving the answer is definitely yes. The giant is nothing short of pure good. And at the end he chose to sacrifice himself to save the town from a nuclear warhead, thus causing the giant to become nothing more but a hero into the public eye. The military apologized for everything, and Mansley was put to jail, and even a part of the giant was given to Haggard. And however, it's revealed at the end that the giant might possibly return, thanks to his regenerative ability, as it's seen that it began to put itself back together in Iceland, thus making sure that it's not the last time we've seen of the Iron Giant. So in the end, who was, or possibly, given his abilities, who is the Iron Giant? Is nothing more but a simple entity who found itself trapped into our world, an entity that will desire to learn about our own life, as well as about pretty much anything they could be taught, an entity that will ultimately be confronted with the demons of his past and manage to overcome them, and choose to be a good being, an entity that will grow friendship and great bonds and with other people around it, and an entity that could easily be called as one of the most iconic heroes ever made in animation. Thanks for watching everyone, please don't forget to give a like, share and subscribe, and have a nice day.
Do you talk? You know, words, blah, 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 like that? Can you do that? Blah, blah, blah? you get the idea anyway?